Officials confirmed one of the 3 people shot and killed was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends, where a total of 6 people were.
Devin Bennett, best known by his stage as King Vorhill, is one of them. Dirt was the one who backed King Vaughn, according to some startling new evidence that Vonnie's father revealed. And admit that, despite appearances, this new data is completely consistent.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Vaughn? Like King Vaughn?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? This was the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Vaughn? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that, another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before.
Following that, academics would ask Vonnie's father why Lil Durk had taken King Vaughn away.
Why would Durk want Von?
Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting.
Dude was a slack. Dude was a. He was signing the boys. He was Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that.
Man, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender."
Vonnie's dad leaking that Lil Durk had Van dealt with is really making me wonder why Lil Durk suddenly goes on IG Live when he is connected to somebody passing away, according to a tweet that went viral at the time. Because Lil Durk went live shortly after the killings of King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck. Many people believe he uses Instagram Live as a live-action alibi. Consequently, when the authorities ask him where he was when so-and-so died, he may just respond, "I was live on Instagram. Please take a look at the documents." However, the fact that his son works for the federal government infuriates Vonnie's father. It said, Otia Vanni's father reveals Vanni allegedly orchestrated Lil Pab in King Vaughn's passing, as now he is snitching on Lil Durk to clear his own name.
No, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages? Like, that's...
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and and with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell that just like you orchestrated Lil Pab, you orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
Because he came from a place on the streets where it's okay to spy on someone, Otavani's father didn't hold back at all. He has been acting in this manner since last week, when the truth about everything and the results of the police's own investigation were revealed by the previously unknown police records of King Vaughn's death investigation. These documents also tell the police that King Vaughn was resurrected by a hospital nurse. Despite surviving 2 procedures, King Vaughn died after being startled by a nurse's arrival in the room.
Mom made it to 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it to 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital?
Because she was there at the hospital.
When Vonnie's father claims Durk was also involved, it becomes even more concerning because the police assume King Vaughn was backdoored by one of his own. Things become even stranger from here. The police documents state that skilled bodyguards were intended to safeguard King Vaughn on this specific night. But during the conflict, they all ran away and disappeared, which was bad for King Vaughn.
Security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. That security guard, it's something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
All of these bodyguards are affiliated with the F Corporation, since Lil Durk uses them to defend members such as King Von. The police even pieced together Quando Rondo's last words and much more, in which he revealed the truth about King Von's murder. But before we can completely understand it, we need to look at the new police files regarding King Von's passing, as the details they offered appear absurd. King Von and his team got ready to go to a club in Atlanta for his album's release party. On November 5th, 2020, they stated, "I didn't realize it would be so short." King Von's life and achievements were to be celebrated in style. King Von's enemies were numerous. Having grown up in a violent neighborhood like Oblak, he was aware of the risks associated with public exposure. Consequently, Van's group of 25 individuals, scattered over 8 SUVs, showed up at the club and joined in on the fun. Van's management, 100K Track, even talked about the strict security measures.
One security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
That night, something would be different. King Vaughn would lose his mind and put himself in danger. But in the meantime, the party was going great. As they celebrated the success of King Von's CD, everyone was having a good time. But it did occur at exactly 2 a.m., where everything was different. King Von and his entourage began to depart the club. All of them intended to stay the night at the motels and Airbnbs. But King Vaughn, who was addicted to his cell phone, would sit in his Escalade and text someone for around 20 minutes.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete bond.
The team would begin heading in the direction of Airbnb. Eventually, though, King Vaughn would tell his driver to go to another location, the Monaco Lounge, surprising him. This decision was the first of several that would ultimately result in King Vaughn's demise. But it also identifies the individual King Vaughn spent 20 minutes texting.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Vaughn literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, "Hey, bro, we here by." Matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, "Hey, bro, we here by ourselves. Like, where you guys at?" And everybody rerouted to that venue.
Somehow, the people in King Von's truck only told the other team members that the plans had changed when they arrived at the new club. As soon as the other team members found out, they got back in their SUVs and drove to the new club. As soon as King Vaughn arrived in Monaco, his managers recognized a problem. He wasn't acting like the upbeat person he usually was. Instead, he was sitting quietly in the back seat of his Escalade, absorbed on his iPhone. When they arrived at the club, Van's crew was ready to go inside. However,
for some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30-35 minutes.
At this stage, 100K Track would enter the Escalade to check on him. Van finally agreed to go into the lounge, but now it seemed strange. Monaco club rules required Van's team to keep their guns in their vehicles. so they would send the security guard inside first to check the club and make sure everything was safe till they found him.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Vaughn. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Vaughn, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Vaughn's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
Everything was safe. Quando Rondo and some of his own colleagues attempted to sleep in their car, but the real danger was waiting in the parking lot. The parking lot would eventually be searched by one of Van's security officers. Every time he spotted Quando Rondo, he would run up to King Vaughn and tap on his glass, asking, "Did you know Quando Rondo was here?" King Vaughn would get out of his Escalade, put his phone in his pocket, and get ready to crash.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, "Hey, so-and-so's here." And Vaughn just jumped up like, "Oh, come on, let's go."
Without hesitation, King Vaughn jumped from his Escalade and tried to meet Quando. Vaughn persisted even after his colleagues tried to soothe him and stop him from creating a commotion. Van went around the front end of the white car. As soon as he saw Quando, he began...
Jumped out the car. By the time Vaughn jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
His best friend, Lil Tim, would come out of the back of the white car a few seconds into the fight and aim his handgun at King Vaughn. This affected not just the different sections of Vaughn's body, but also King Vaughn's administration. Some of the people in Van's group were still strapped. They immediately retaliated against Lil Tim, bringing him down within a few feet. It's important to remember that the authorities found that the only people who utilized guns were King Vaughn's actual street associates, not the security officers. Vaughn's security was seen fleeing and cowering behind a bush as Van's real-world street friends tried to save his life. Due to the very loud eclipse, 2 off-duty officers were on security duty just down the street. Then, an on-duty police officer came from the opposite direction. They used their walkie-talkies to count down from 3 and then fired a series of shots into the area to try to stop everyone from continuing their activities. Regretfully, this had an effect on one of King Van's closest supporters. Now, however, Vaughn and Quando remained in the middle of the road. Before departing the scene, Quando might have tried to remove Van's chain, according to online rumors. However, authorities verified to 100K track that Vaughn was utilizing Quando as a shield. The revised file states that Van was using Quando Rondo to shield himself from the noise of clips.
And was he trying to take Von's chain or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Vaughn was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting he's that strong, like, he just, like, he was literally holding him.
Soon as the threat was over and everyone stopped shooting, the rush to save King Von's life started. King Vaughn was picked up by his best friend Moo, who led him to the getaway car after pushing Quando away from Vaughn, in the middle of the road. Quando then fled the scene with his group, which included Lil Tim. They got into the white car and headed to the hospital. Despite being struck 4 times, King Vaughn remained conscious during the trip. The other people in the car with him said that he was trying to please everyone and that everything would be all right.
He was in the car. I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get him to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
As soon as he arrived at the hospital, King Vaughn would be rushed to the operating room where he would survive 2 operations before dying tragically after being shocked by a nurse who was looking for his pistol. But that's where the strangeness begins. An interview was found by the police from 2 years ago's first Bowie rap. The fact that King Vaughn survived his procedures and was surprised by the nurse was never made public. However, as Bowie would later reveal, Vaughn never owned a gun, which is why he was unable to locate it in the operating room.
Like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King.
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That f***ed me up, bro. Because I like King.
Soon after, King Von's passing
made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of...
in mind who would subsequently provide information and do interviews with Quando Rondo and Lil Tim.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like that could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Even Lil Tim, the criminal who had committed the crime against King Von, would come forward for the first time.
Oh, like shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying him shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Lil Tim is the only one who survived his injuries while in the hospital. He was arrested and charged with murder after what he did to King Von the following day. He would later appear before multiple bond hearings, but his request was denied. In 2021, he did receive a $100,000 bond, nevertheless. Later, the charges were dropped. But this is where things start to get weird. In 2023, his lawyer shared it. After the case against Mr. Leaks, also known as Lil Tim, was dropped before he was ever charged, Oblak and Van's best friend, Lil Durk, knew they needed to do something. They wouldn't just ignore what he did. In the months that followed, we would therefore hear of a major hit on...
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
In 34. Consequently, one of Quando's closest friends, Lab, was removed during it, and the TV footage showed that Quando realized he would experience the same suffering that King Von's buddies had endured only a year before.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Lil Durk would later be given credit for the hit. Regarding his diss track, he'd sing, "They like Durk. He's a singer. He won't do some. You can believe whatever you want. I got your folks hit." The lyrics of his next single, Wonderful, Wayne and Jackie Boy, had the rap line, "Watch the TV and see your son screaming, no, dissing Wando."
This man,
where Lil Durk would be imprisoned as a result of the retaliation. As with the publicly available evidence file, we know who sneaked Lil Durk out. But in the end, you are left wondering about Durk's part. The writing, the new Lil Ted body cam footage of him. The snitching plea against Durk and F members has altered the course of this case. The amount of documents Lil Durk's lawyers presented with their bond request raised the topic of what Lil Ted said to the federal authorities. Who is Lil Ted exactly? FDs are another term for Lil Ted. Younger brother. This is Durk's main man, along with Vonnie. To complete any tasks pertaining to the streets, Durk makes the trip to Vonnie and DD. Lil Ted was arrested by police after they found a pistol in his pants pocket at a nearby convenience store.
Really? Dude had a... What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?